The day Marcus walked into our morning meeting with his leather notebook and permanent scowl, I knew something was off. Nobody introduced him. He just sat down, adjusted his wire-rimmed glasses, and started writing. I'd been at Riverside Solutions for 5 years. They hired me as an administrative assistant, which was corporate speak for, we need someone to do everything nobody else wants to do. And honestly, I loved it. While my coworkers struggled with basic spreadsheets and spent hours transferring data by hand, I'd built an entire ecosystem of automated workflows running quietly in the background. Nobody knew. They just thought things magically got done. Take Gerald, for example. Sweet guy, probably in his early 60s. He'd spend entire afternoons copying client information from our database into email templates. Click, scroll, copy, paste, repeat. What I didn't tell him was that I'd written a script months ago that did the same task in 8 seconds. I just ran it after he left each day. Between all my hidden automations, I was probably saving the company 15 hours of manual labor every single day. It was exhausting, but it felt good keeping everything running smoothly. Then came that meeting with Marcus. We were discussing a client account when I made a joke. Someone mentioned Mrs. Patterson, and I laughed and said, "Oh, the tall guy with the motorcycle." I was thinking of a different client. My boss Linda corrected me immediately. We all chuckled. No big deal, except Marcus stopped writing. He looked up at me like I just insulted his mother. From that moment on, everything changed. He started showing up everywhere, observing, taking notes. Whenever I spoke, he'd exhale sharply through his nose and look away, like my words physically pained him. In one meeting, I suggested a solution to a scheduling conflict, and he literally said, "interesting," in a tone that meant the exact opposite. Work was getting intense. Missing files, missed deadlines, confused clients. I was running on 4 hours of sleep and having panic attacks in the bathroom. One night, while digging through our shared drive looking for a contract, I stumbled into a folder labeled Operational Assessment, M. Chen, Marcus Chen. That was his full name. My hand shook as I opened it. Inside was a detailed report on every employee in our department. Under my name was a section that made my blood run cold. The first note read, "Subject confused a 4'11" female client with a 6'2" male client during team discussion. Demonstrates severe lack of attention to detail and potential cognitive concerns." He was talking about my joke, the one I'd immediately been corrected on and laughed off. But in his notes, it was evidence of incompetence. Every other entry was the same. Normal moments twisted into failures. Times I delegated tasks became inability to complete assigned work. My efficiency was suspicious and suggested I was cutting corners. The report's conclusion was clear. I was expendable. A waste of payroll. Marcus had been hired specifically to identify people like me. Something inside me broke. Not in a sad way, in a clarifying way. I opened my email and composed 3 messages. The first went to Linda, scheduled to send at 10 that night. Subject line, taking emergency PTO. The second went to the entire department, scheduled for Monday at 4 in the morning, directing all questions to Marcus Chen. The third was my out-of-office auto-reply with the same instructions. Then I went into every system I built, every script, every automation, every clever shortcut that made our department function, and I turned them all off. I didn't delete anything. I just stopped them from running. Friday afternoon, I packed up my desk. On my way out, I walked past Marcus's cubicle. He was typing, looking smug. I stopped and said, "Hey, Marcus, I think I finally figured out how to make your job easier." He glanced up with that same condescending look. "Oh, yeah," I said. "You'll see on Monday." I spent the weekend hiking with my phone off. Slept for 12 hours straight. It was the most peaceful I'd felt in months. Monday morning, I turned my phone back on. 47 missed calls, 63 emails, dozens of texts. I ignored them all. Tuesday was worse. Wednesday, the messages got desperate. By Thursday, I could tell from the subject lines that everything was falling apart. Thursday night, an email came to my personal account. It was from Linda. "Frosty, I need you to know that I understand what happened. I've spoken with Marcus's supervisor at the consulting firm. He's been removed from our assessment and will not be returning. I know you're probably looking for other opportunities, and I wouldn't blame you. But if you're willing to come back, I'd like to offer you a significant raise and a new title. It's become painfully obvious how much of our success was because of you. Please call me." I stared at that email for a long time.